The conversation I'm more interested at the moment is, and I'm doing like work on that, is on masculinities. How can we have conversations about what is to be a man and the pain of men, the extremely real pain that men are having in this society, and having that conversation as part of a broader, real conversation of gender and their privilege. And I think at the moment, whenever we're having those conversations, it's either the men are the victims or the men are the predators, let's say. And how can we hold both truths? And how can we bring it back to the system? What are they getting from it? What, at the expense of what? What are they willing to give up in order to heal certain parts? And how can we have those deep, real conversations about how is this system failing you too, but also how is this system benefiting you at the expense of women?
Absolutely.
And how are we going to move both conversations forward, because they're the same conversation? I feel like we are moving forward and having more conversations about manhood, which I love. But I think sometimes we do it without zooming out and seeing the bigger pictures. So we see a lot of men saying like, men are dying by suicide more, or the mental health crisis in men, or the way men are doing in schools. And it's like, great, let's have that conversation. And then let's put everything on the table. And then let's understand, okay, what is happening and what skills are we having in men, and why are we not equipping them with more emotional intelligence from childhood? And the way we role model friendships for them, or the way we role model relationships, or who are we praising? How are we defining success for men, and at the expense of what? And we're not going to be able to have everything. The reality is that something is going to have to go.
Yeah.
And I think that's the hard part that we don't want to talk. I am delighted. I actually think the solution of gender equality comes from that piece as well. I think we've done a lot of work in equipping women and empowering women and giving them permission. But because we're not doing the same with men, it's unbalanced. But again, we're not doing this with men because for men, it's still like a second sex thing. Like, it's still embarrassing for a man to be associated with anything that is feminine, because we still as a society perceive that those feminine traits, attributes, skills are second class, are good enough for us. And it's good for a woman to aspire to anything that sounds masculine. But unless we strip that away into, again, humanity belongs to all of us, and how that does look like, and then we're not going to be able to fully move the needle. But again, I think some of these conversations, we're having them in a very scary and problematic way that might be well-intentioned, but might be recreating and bringing more gender inequality than the let's go back to the drawing room and do things better for everyone.